I'm gonna bring up security boss. What's going on?
Hello. Everything's good. How are you all?
I'm doing good. How about
What's up,
yourself?
my friend? How you
Doing
feel?
good. I'm good. Y'all have an outstanding show going on tonight. It's outstanding. It's just,
Appreciate it.
it's just, ladies. I gotta tell y'all something. Um, a lady is a lady amongst everyone. So the femininity question is that's just what it is. A femininity is a woman being a lady, and it's not having the last word. It's not the ego. You guys have some serious egos. Y'all got to win and y'all got to stop. I promise you. Now, well, let me ask this question. I don't know how old you all are, but if you want to be married and you're over 30, you need to check yourself. I'm sorry. Y'all are beautiful women, but you're getting it wrong. All the fighting that you all do, got to have the last word, can't hear. That's not what men want. Not in a marriage relationship. It's not. Because women, ladies, are given a certain amount of wisdom in a relationship with a man, and they think differently from us. You may be right all day, every day, but if you cannot convey that message, you lost. Do you hear me? You have lost. You could be totally right. Kayla, everything you saying may be absolutely right. And Anton might need a whole 24 hours to think about it and come back and say, you know what? Maybe she has a point. But if you can't allow him to have his place to think about it as a man, then you're wrong. You are wrong. I hate to say it, ladies, but it's true. And if y'all want to be married, you got to check that. You cannot have the last word with these men. And if you think you can turn it on and off, meaning Anton's on the platform, but when I get home with my man, I'm different. That's not true. You're the same person. You are. But y'all are beautiful. And if you want that kind of life, you want to be married, you got to check it. Now, getting back to the pick me and the ladies with the ladies been talking shit about each other for the longest, especially if they think there's one in the crowd that's winning. The woman that's winning, y'all are putting her down, talking shit, trying to sleep with her man, and you know it. You've been doing it forever. That's why you don't have girlfriends. That's exactly why. That's what women do. That's what y'all do. It's true. If a whole bunch of girls get together, two or more, somebody's and one's winning. I mean, winning, got a great guy, have a good relationship, kind of putting her out there by herself. No, I'm being with my man tonight. She trying to get at him before so long. It's how y'all operate. It's true. It's true. Now it's just true. I know it. I've been there. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. Hopefully we can get over it. Now, on the flip side of that, some of these pick-me's are red flags. I don't believe them. They're not genuine. And they're just trying to get a man. So you're right about that, Kayla. I agree with that also. I do. But to go on with the statement of the pick-me, just to do all this to get a man, men do need women and women do need men. So that's the pushback. Women hate for men to say they don't need them. But I believe they do. I just think that some of it is a little bit of manipulation. And, just now on YouTube, a talking point. So
Security boss, you think that we need women?
I do. I do think you
Why
need
is that?
women, not
Why is
for
that?
survival purposes. I mean, y'all can
In a
build.
general sense.
I think that's the way you were made. I think that for me, I go back to the godly principles. We were made to be together, and that's my thoughts.
So I mean, but if we translated it into real life everyday scenarios, right?
Okay.
Why do we need women?
For me, Anton, it still goes back to the way we think, the way you think. I think in order to be complete in your manhood, you need a woman.
You think so?
I do. Otherwise, what are you doing?
Hmm.
What makes you the leader if it's only a bunch of men?
Well, the thing about it is that, see, when I say we think we need a woman, I'm talking about being in a relationship or a marriage with a woman,
Okay.
right? I think it's a nice to have. I think that it adds value, but it's like anything else, right? I was gonna be awesome whether I was married or not. I was gonna fulfill a purpose whether I was married or not. And so, my drive to be successful and to add value into this world, which is to, leave it in a better space had I not been here. was the thing that I was going to do regardless of whether or not I was going to align with a woman or not. It had no bearing on me whatsoever.
So does that only apply, Anton, for men?
Yes.
Okay, so women don't have purpose outside of men.
I think that women's purpose largely, and I'm speaking for the majority, I'm not speaking for the anomaly. There's always going to be some people that fall outside of that box. But I think that largely women's purpose on this earth is to support the men.
But do they have purpose?
Men's purpose is to conquer, build, and to take over the world. And women's purpose is largely tied to the men that they align themselves with.
Anton,
everything revolves around us. Everything.
I do agree with what you're saying, and I do think that you would have been fine on your purpose. I just think that having a wife and being in a marriage relationship made you better.
I agree. I don't think that. Listen, I agree with you that it probably did make me better. I don't disagree, not one bit. But my point is, but it goes back to the original question. I don't need a woman.
No, I don't. No, not for survival. I don't think either gender needs for survival, but I think they operate in completeness when they're together.
I agree. They operate best when they're together and they understand their roles.
Yes.
I agree.
Totally. And it actually fulfills the total purpose of us being here when they're together. I do agree with you. Now, Kayla, I see so many similarities. I used to say the same thing that you just said. Is my only purpose to be married? I used to hate that. But I had to pray about that. And I definitely had to learn my husband and my role and all of that for it to make sense to me. But it's bigger than that. When you are in a marriage relationship, the purpose of being a wife is greater. It's more than just cooking and cleaning. And also you kind of fit in that relationship where you're needed. You know, it goes further than that. If you need to be the financier, you are that person. But you and your husband, you come up with that plan. You know, you kind of become one and you decide, or you all both decide together where you fit. It could be so many different things. It doesn't have to be. I mean, I know people see it such a narrow thing as being just cooking and cleaning. Your husband could be the chef. You may not ever have to cook. That may be where he feels good. You may be the person that, well, some say the idea person and you have the closer. You may be the closer. That could be where you fit in that relationship. It's not that simple. It's who you mate with. So that would be your purpose. It's all about finding and getting it right that one time, though. And you can't do that with resistance. It's a humbling thing to be married. It's no longer about you.
Hey, security boss.
Hey,
you look like you got a podcast. Where can we find you at?
You know what? I've managed to have 3 since the last time I talked to you all. But right now it's Security Boss Unsolicited. And I also have a Rich Auntie. My Rich Auntie podcast is for those basically 30 and under. I'm getting to that next generation who wants to be married. And Anton, they don't think the Black culture is trash. They want to be married.
There's so much trash.
It is. They realize it, but they're trying to turn it around. I'm dealing with influencers.
You gotta burn it. You can't turn it around. You got to burn it and start over.
Well, we're doing our best, but I'm talking to them because if they have a lot of influence, then they can speak to a lot of other people, a lot of young people, and we can make a difference.
I got you.
But you see what we old folks are doing, right?
I love you. I think that you're one of the most awesome people ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you're dope. I absolutely adore you. You know that.
Thank you. So, JR, I have something to say to you, and I've been fighting with this because I don't want this to come off wrong, but your last thing about overstepping boundaries, and I pray that this lands in the right place. But I even wrote it down, so listen to this. I want to tell you, JR, your silence is powerful. Don't allow anyone to pull you out of it. And I hope that finds you in a good place.
Okay.
And I hope I didn't overstep my boundaries.
Oh, no, you're good. I don't take it
right.
personal.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing actually, but I want you to think about it.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. I can't make no promises. I mean, I might turn up every now and then. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Well, you know, sometimes that's necessary because you are the man in charge. So just think about what I'm saying. You're very powerful. You're very powerful in your silence, and it's kind of one of those things when you allow someone to pull you out, it's just you become equal, and you're not equal.
All right, I'm gonna sleep on that one. I appreciate that.
All right, thank you guys.
All right,
Thank
thanks,
you so
security
much.
boss.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
Auntie.
All right.
Now, rich Auntie.
Thank you.